All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. In today's trading session, I ended up taking one trade, and it was a banger trade. Again, I haven't been uploading recently because I literally haven't been trading that much. At the end of the week, I'm gonna show you guys my entire P&L so far across all my live accounts, but I really have been taking one trade every week, and it's either been break even or a loss. So it hasn't been, and the losses have been so small, where it's like one day I win, and then the other day I lose, and then I'm ending the week like negative 200. So it's like I haven't been doing mini tree recaps for that reason. It's been really slow, and so far for December, it's been looking really good. So let's just kind of hop in there and talk about the session. So if we look at this coming into the day with a bullish bias, as you can see, we came into previous day equilibrium, rejected perfectly, and put in a bullish SMT with previous day 930 New York session low, and then displays higher. This low, I believe, is a protected low, which is the London session low, meaning the daily profile of the day is New York continuation. London created a protected low at a key level, then displays higher. Since I am bullish, I'm expecting a run lower into discount of the range to then take long to previous day high. That was my initial um like bias coming into the day. That was my initial plan coming into the day, right? So as you grab the range from previous day, as you can see, we clearly displaced one side, come back into equilibrium, put an SMT at the lows. On this next, you'll see put an SMT. So what do I want to see? I want price to retrace into this hourly, tap into this mitigation, this breaker, and then seek higher. Of course, we did not end up doing that. Obviously, coming into the day, we kind of just open lower into this 5 minute here and then just ripped higher. We never got that deep retracement that I wanted to, and that is okay, right? So now, how do I go about this, right? How do I approach a day like this? So again, we ended up displacing higher. We closed above these highs. So at this point in time right here, I was like, okay, like perfect. I want to be bullish. I want to be bullish to these highs or these highs right over here. So I was like, okay, like that's fine. I just need to see equilibrium of the dealing range. So essentially, I grabbed equilibrium right here. And what did price end up doing in live time here? Price ended up sweeping the 930 low over here on ES, right? The reason I didn't take this trade here is because I felt like this wasn't going to be the real move of the day. So I didn't find the need to take it. So essentially, we have a bullish SMT with the 930 here, and then we go higher inversing. So essentially, this is price going to equilibrium. Price doesn't have to come to equilibrium on NQ because we have put in an SMT with this 5 minute right over here, which is this right here is a 930 low. This blue line is the 930 low right here. And as you can see, we end up sweeping it right here. So if you take a look over here, this low, why is it not aligning? This low right here, oops, is this low right over here on ES. So we take out that low, and over here we form in that SMT, meaning ES is in discount, NQ doesn't need to go to discounts. There's a manipulation there. Why didn't I take this? Again, the reason why I didn't take this is because I wanted price to come into EQ on NQ. So if price again, and plus, if you guys notice, we were about to open up a 15 minute for value gap right at 10 a.m. Like this inversed, and it's at 9:57. So to me, this was like, all right, like I see this delivering 100%. I see this delivering to these equal highs, but it's at 9:57, 9:58. Like I can see 10 a.m. going and opening lower into EQ and then going higher. So I wanted to avoid that. I didn't take this. Again, I thought this wasn't a bad trade because essentially we have an SMT at a key level. We have this 1 minute inversion. We're bouncing off a 5 minute gap, and we have a 1 minute inversion, two equal highs, right? So essentially this is a good A plus setup in my opinion. I don't think it's not A plus due to the fact that time and price are not 100% aligned. So this is more like a B plus A setup, A minus. So yeah, I ended up skipping on this trade. And as you can see, we ended up hitting full TP there on this 4 hour unfilled, but there was a more clear, there was a 15 minute intermediate term high, which is a 1 hour unfilled fair value gap right here. So that was my full draw for if I was going to take that long. Now, so as you can see, price ended up hitting full TP there, and I was okay. Like, now we create another valid range. What is the valid range? This low to this high creates another valid range because now this low should be a protected low since price put in the SMT, and now we're displacing above. Now, how did I want to approach this, right? So this is my approach. I was okay, like if this 5 minute holds and we come and mitigate 10 EM, I will look to seek longs, right? But again, I wanted, because the 10 EM is opening higher, so I was like, all right, like I want to see price come and mitigate 10 EM before seeing a long. But again, as you can see, we ended up mitigating 10 EM. We ended up mitigating 10 EM, mitigating equilibrium, and on ES we mitigated 10 EM right here. As you can see, we mitigated on ES. So I was like, okay, like this could go long, but I don't really like this wick. And I was willing to take this trade, but I didn't like the hesitancy that it started giving. Like we came up, it almost inverse, and then wick, and then I was like, all right, and then it failed. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is going to deliver. So at this point in time, I'd rather see either this low get swept or I'd rather see the 15-minute fair value gap, because at this point in time, we'd be grabbing the 930 range. And if we can come to a higher time frame gap, this would make me very confident taking some longs from here. So this is how I approached it. I was okay, perfect. Like if price comes here, let me just actually delete some of this stuff so you guys can actually see the chart a little bit more clearly. So at this point, it's okay. We mitigated weekly opening price. 930 is opening lower and then displacing higher. This 5 minute is clearly not holding how it should. I'm not appreciating this price action as much. So I'm going to grab the 930 range, and it aligns perfectly with this low. And I want to see on ES, because again, whenever I trade, I love taking trades whenever ES and NQ are correlated to like the max, right? At this point in time, I want to see on ES, I want to see ES come and tap this range, because we were in here and I was like, if we sweep this low, that would be us tapping into the 4-hour fair value gap. So that made me extremely confident taking this trade. Again, as you can see, I don't know if this is equal lows. This is probably equal lows here. It doesn't really matter because we're tapping into the 4-hour. So again, I want to see EQ of that. Boom, right there. Again, the reason why I grabbed this is because live time, we have bearish SMT at the highs. But again, where can I see price bouncing? I still believe the displacement on NQ was enough. Again, we're closing above these highs. Again, if ES comes down and then displays higher, puts in the SMT, ES should go higher and take out previous day high. At least that's what I thought, right? So again, price came in, tapped into equilibrium, swept the lows, tapping into the 4-hour, and now we have a big SMT with a 4-hour. So essentially, we were here. We were essentially making an SMT with a 4-hour. So over here, we had a huge SMT. Let's just mark out the 4-hour, something like this. So essentially, that's the 4-hour. And we had an SMT. So if I can mark it out a little bit for you guys so it's a little bit more clear. Let me just put sweep. There it is. Boom. Okay, so this is the 4-hour. And on ES, we mitigated this. And on NQ, we didn't, right? So it means, but look how we have this SMT inside of what? This is the 930 range. 930 low. So if you grab the opening price from 930, right here, this is the 930 opening price. Boom. Again, I'm not trying to overcomplicate anything. I'm just going down in detail to what I need. Again, if I tell you guys my confidence is for my trade, all I need is equilibrium of the dealing range, a higher time frame PDRA, a sweep of liquidity, or an SMT, highest time frame inversion. That's all I need. Again, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. So range, equilibrium, higher time frame PDRA, sweep of liquidity, and highest time frame inversion. That's all I need. Right? I'm just showing you guys the breakdown of this. Why price? This is like, you can learn these rules as much as you want, but if you don't apply context, it just won't work, right? So again, 10 EM, again, I want to see price deliver higher. We saw weakness, so I didn't take it. At that point, I want to see a run lower. And then I was okay, where could we bounce? And I was okay, I see this 15-minute bouncing. Okay, from there, where do I see ES bouncing? Because there's no 15-minute on ES. So what do I think is going to happen? We were here on ES. We were on here. So what do I think is going to happen? I want to see a run lower to a high time frame gap, which is at 4-hour. We tapped that 4-hour on ES, and I was like, perfect. Now we have my range. We're delivering from a higher time frame PDRA, which is this 15-minute gap, and also what? This 30-minute gap. As you can see, there's a BISI right here. And as you can see, what are we doing? We're sweeping this 30-minute low. So what is my target going to be? The 30-minute high, right? Sweep of the 30-minute low. My target is going to be the 30-minute high. Boom. Okay, so that was my perspective. I was okay, perfect. We're sweeping 30-minute low. I want to target 30-minute high. Again, what do we have here? If we go for entry, or if we were to look deeper here, what do we have? This 5-minute unfilled gap right here. So if I can enter this trade before the 5-minute gets tagged, I would, because I can use that as my break even. So what did price end up doing here? They gave us a 3-minute IFEG right inside of this. So let me bring this a little lower so you can guys take a look at this. Let's just bring it here so we can be this. So we have this range from 930 low to the high, tapping into equilibrium, tapping into a higher time frame PD ray. Again, SMT, now highest time frame inversion, which is this 3-minute gap. That's what I like to trade. This is how I see things. This is the first invalidation after after the key level got met. So boom, I actually put my stop right here. Again, so we got this inversion here. We printed this order block. I expected the order block to hold right here really nicely. Again, you can highlight this. Again, you can, as you can see, we never closed below the middle line there. We never closed below the middle line of this order block. Respecting equilibrium of the order block, we come into here and we displace higher, and then this is my break even. And then what did price end up doing? We did end up SMTing around this high here. So I ended up closing most of my position like right around here. And then I had a hard trail literally right here. Like I didn't care. I was like, either we're going to keep going higher or not. So I know there's a devil's mark low, but I expect the price to really go higher here. I trailed hard here and then secured the rest right around here. Okay, so boom, that's pretty simple. We got out there. Again, I didn't want to close at the SMT because my drawn liquidity for ES were these highs. But again, I was like, you know what? It's a no news Tuesday. I want to take, again, usually I would take just this. But the reason why I targeted this is because we have a close above, meaning it is, again, look at these close above. So it's high probability internal to external draw. Again, high probability internal to external. Whenever we have this big displacement like this, this is the most A+ setup that I've seen. Yesterday we had pretty good price action, so it's a good start to the month. I'm very grateful. And yeah, I put on pretty good size today. I really enjoyed this trade. I really liked this trade, and I enjoyed being in it because it was just bullish candles, like boom, boom. I was back to back. I was in this trade for about like 10 minutes. So we entered here, 10:38, got out by 10:50, so around like 12 minutes. But yeah, good trade. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoy this trade recap. I know I haven't been posting as much, but I literally haven't been trading as much, and that's just the simple truth. But yeah, good things are coming so far. Let's end the year strong. Yeah, I'm gonna make a journal. I'm gonna make a video talking about how I journal all my trades. I'm just waiting for TradeZella, bro. I'm waiting for TopStep to confirm so I can post on my TradeZella. I post literally all my trades and literally haven't been trading much. Like, let me show you guys just so you can guys see. I literally have been trading like barely anything. Look at this. This month was so break even for me. Look, look at this. Break even, again, 1 loss, and then 1 win, break even, loss, and then break even. I literally haven't been trading much, so that's why I haven't been posting trade recaps. Again, I journal all my trades, and I'm gonna go over. I have been journaling a lot on TradeZella as well. Like all these little notes right here, they're all journal trades. So I'm gonna go over how I journal all my trades, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say. Again, the month of November was basically a break-even month for me. I should have been a winning month. I made like 2 mistakes this month. That was the month of November, and it's okay. It happens. But the biggest thing is always think long term, because all you need is 1 to 2 good trades, and then you gotta be literally sitting on your hands and just be patient. And as traders, again, you're just trying to grow every single month. Every single year you're trying to grow, and as long as you are better than the previous year, that is really, really good in this trading game. So yeah, I don't have really anything else to say. Stay process focused. I'm gonna make a few videos coming up. I really want to be posting more on my channel, and I know I feel like I feel in my personal opinion like these videos are really useful to be looking at, because I really go in depth of providing context when I take a trade. And when you catch certain trades like this, it looks so nice. I was like, I caught basically the perfect entry and I got out perfectly, and then it dumped. Like it went perfectly up and then it went right back down, and then we started kind of like just chopping around. We had this good big move right here again, but we have equal lows down here. So yeah, I mean, but besides that, it looks like a pretty decent trade, not gonna lie. And look, and the price repeats all over again. We came to equilibrium one more time, below that 930 opening, and we went lower. And then we have that extra manipulation, like sweep of the 5-minute low. We should target the 5-minute high. That's break even. Is there 15-minute? Yeah, 15-minute low. Target the 15-minute high. That's a 15-minute unfilled. You get out right there, and look at that, boom, perfectly. And then it just kind of dances around here. So you see, like the only condition here, the only thing here is just these equal lows, right? But again, the market is always repeating itself. It's just it comes down to good risk management, waiting for it to be undeniably clear, and then having confidence and let it go. Put in the work, and then whatever is meant to be will be, and that's it. So really don't have anything else to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you guys have any comments, put in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.